America is going through immense struggles for the heart and soul of this country. On one hand, you have a path of hatred, animosity, and rise of Islamophobia and xenophobia. On the other hand, you have grassroots rise in people standing up for one another, stepping up and making their voices heard. This moment, we are so proud of an organization like CAIR. Not only do we defend Muslim rights, we also defend the rights of all Americans. The struggle that we are engaged in today will not only impact our community, but it will impact all communities in the future. CAIR is the leading civil rights and advocacy organization for American Muslims. Just like there are 5 pillars in Islam, there are 5 pillars that define the work of CAIR Missouri to support the Muslim community: civil rights, government affairs, media relations, outreach and education, and youth empowerment. All across the nation, CAIR chapters take on thousands of cases of discrimination. CAIR Missouri held the National Civil Rights Retreat in Orlando. At the retreat, I had the honor of meeting lawyers, paralegals, and judges that work for CAIR all around the country. During this event, I realized there's so much missed opportunity when it comes to prisoners and other discrimination cases that need focus and attention.
The Muslim Youth Leadership Symposium is a biannual conference hosted by CAIR Missouri that instructs our young people on how to be effective community leaders and activists. What was really special about this year's conference is that we were actually able to employ tactics used by civil rights activists during the civil rights movement. One such tactic was, of course, the hassle line. It's really important as a civil rights organization that we ensure that our young people are fully equipped to lead us in the future.
The leader of ISIS, a terrorist organization, passing away is a celebration for any community, especially the Muslim community, because ISIS is so often connected to Muslims and Islam, which it should not be, because ISIS does not represent Islam. It does not represent the faith of the Muslims. So we welcome the defeat of ISIS. ISIS leader represented genocide, represented the killing of innocent people under the banner of Islam, which completely is a false representation of what the faith of peace represents.
A famous MLK quote reads, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere," which is why when the devastating news broke about Kashmir, we immediately took to the streets to protest. Whether in Kashmir or Palestine or Ferguson, we remain committed to fighting for civil rights for all. At CAIR Missouri, outreach is not only fun events. Outreach can also take the shape of instructing local businesses and organizations on how they can be effective allies to their Muslim friends and neighbors. One special opportunity that we were actually able to have was that we were able to go to Square, the Square company right here in St. Louis, and instruct their staff on how to be effective bystanders in instances of hate and discrimination.
One of the things that I will be bringing in to CAIR Missouri as the new executive director is revamping our social media. We have started a movement called Thank a Muslim For. Thank a Muslim for the camera. Thank a Muslim for algebra. Thank a Muslim for higher education. Jefferson County Library visit was an interesting one because we had a few audience members who were aggressive and very harsh in the way that they responded.
Our young people are especially vulnerable to the effects of discrimination. Multiple Muslim college students have been repeatedly falsely accused of cheating to the detriment of their academic careers. At CAIR Missouri, we firmly believe that any attack on our young people is an attack on the future of the Muslim community as a whole, which is why we are committed to ensuring justice for these college students. Because we take a strong stand against bigotry in all forms, we're often the target of hate. This hate can take various forms, whether emails, social media comments, and even voicemails. However, none of this deters us, and we remain committed to fighting for Muslim American civil rights.
We must continue to rise up and to take a stand and to unapologetically challenge hatred in all its forms. You and I have a responsibility to no longer sit on the sidelines and watch what's going on and to find out what's happening next. You and I, we must all stand up and rise, have our voices heard, and make the change that we want to see happen today. I believe that the future is bright. When you and I rise up and take action and unapologetically fight for justice, then you and I will build a country and leave a legacy that will leave liberty and justice for all people.